I think it's time we address the bat in the room. No, not the elephant, the bat in the room. I think it's time we just address the fact that DC Comics just doesn't seem to like Batman anymore. Seriously, I don't know. Maybe it's because he's rich and white, but they just don't seem to like Batman anymore. It's like every issue that they do, slowly but surely, everything surrounding Batman just gets a little bit worse with no interest in it being any better. I mean, look at what they've done to the man. They take away his money, his home, his dignity. Alfred is gone. He no longer has Wayne Manor. He no longer has the Batcave. They took away his money, then they gave him back some of it like a pity thing. They say, here, look a little something there. You understand me? During Gotham War, basically the entire Bat family turned on him because they were happy to join Catwoman's mad ass shit about how, rich people deserve to get robbed, and she was training criminals to steal from the rich and give back a little bit of money. I mean, like, it was ridiculous, and they all went along with it, but somehow they tried to make that thing out to be like, Batman was the one in the wrong. Seriously, DC Comics just does not like Batman anymore. It's becoming very apparent now. And in the latest issue of Batman from DC Comics number 154, that is on full display here. Because I don't know what in God's name Chip Zdarsky was trying to do in this book. I mean, there are certain things you get to see Batman doing a little bit of detective work, okay, but the vast majority of crap that goes on is really shocking. And that's why I could understand why a lot of people just wanting to hurry up and get off this book. And hopefully they could find a good writer who actually likes Batman and want to do something decent with it, because it just doesn't work. I normally I'd go through the book and so thing, but I just going and touch on the parts that were actually okay, but I'm going to focus on the crap that really, really pissing people off and really pissed me off as well. And as that, the book starts off with the fact that the mayor has been murdered. Right, the mayor has been murdered, and Batman shows up to investigate, and he's with Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, who isn't Commissioner Gordon anymore because Vandal Savage is now the Commissioner of Police in Gotham City. Yes, always good to elect a mass murdering, immortal megalomaniac sycophant to be your Commissioner of Police. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Yes, perfect sense. They show up there to investigate and whatnot and stuff, and they go through some other things here. But let me just get to the main points about it. The commission, the mayor's wife was out with her son at about 12 o'clock in the morning. So when the murder occurred, and she doesn't want to give any more information in regards to it and all of that. And Batman and Gordon are investigating it and all of that. Not a problem. And we get to this part where you see, Edward Nigma is there with the mayor and some other fella and stuff there. Well, the guy who's going to be the mayor, now the other mayor is dead. Batman shows up. There's some police come. He fights them, and it gets revealed that the mysterious man who is at the table with them is the new leader of the Court of Owls. Because the Court of Owls used to be this cool, mysterious organization with people all over. They had talents who were trained to become their warriors, all kind of stuff. They used to run Gotham from the shadows. No, now it's just become some weird, creepy organization that any flamboyant sycophant could just take over, and they had little pins to show off. I mean, like, shit wrong with all. They want to ruin everything, so. God, boy. That's the long and short of it in regards to that. Then we get to the even more dumbass proportion of how this book goes on. Apparently now, Bruce Wayne has some secret unknown brother who showed up. You understand me? He has some brother who showed up out of nowhere, And his name is William Pureford, and he's there at Gotham. He works at Gotham General, and apparently he's saying that his mother was a nurse when Bruce's father worked there, and so he's come there now. They tried this whole Batman having a secret brother. I think was it like New 52 with the Court of Owls kind of nonsense. It never worked. It doesn't work here again. But then you get to the really stupid part. I mean, it's all pretty much stupid. But this is the kind of nonsense that happened. Bruce is meeting with this woman, and from her genius advice, he should fire her immediately. Because what she says he should do, because this secret brother who shows up and thing wants recognition and all kind of nonsense, what she basically tells him to do is that to sign over half your shares, then buy them back like nothing happened, wrapped up in an NDA. And then Bruce asked, why can't I just pay him? Why the shares? And she's, but the lawyers are saying he wants legitimacy to have what's supposed to be his, even if it's just to sell it. Bruce, I don't think this is a bluff. Is it possible that your father, and the thing about it is that this woman's genius plan to Bruce Wayne is to sign over half his shares of his company and then buy it back like nothing happened. So he signs over half his shares to this mysterious brother who came up from out of nowhere. And then said brother decides he doesn't want to sell it back to it. He's now out of half his shares, and his brother could be very well working with whoever to just take over the company because, of course, they want to take over um, Wayne Enterprises as well, because it's not enough to just strip Batman and everything. They give him back a little pittance of his money. No, have to find some way to take that back as well. I keep saying DC just does not like Batman anymore, and you keep seeing him with this nonsense. I don't know who this woman is, but I'm telling you, you need to fire her immediately. A genius plan is for you to literally give away half your company to this weirdo that just showed up out of nowhere. That's your genius plan for this. God in heaven's name, boy. Hey. So Batman, I should say Bruce Wayne, goes to see Dr. Leslie Tompkins, right? And he goes there to ask her about whether or not, this person who claimed to be his brother could actually be real. And of course, they're out to retcon some part of Batman's life again. I don't know why these people don't seem to understand. They're not Ed Brubaker. They cannot do these things. What Ed Brubaker and Steve Epting, Steve Epting, what they did with Winter Soldier was phenomenal. They took Bucky Barnes, who was supposed to have that, and then turned him into the Winter Soldier. They retconned that and made him into the Winter Soldier, and it worked. Since then, they keep finding these writers who have these established stories about these characters, and they keep wanting to go back in to the history of it and change it. I mean, last issue they were doing this thing where Batman's father actually saved Joe Chill's life before he came out next time and gunned them down. So you're kind of making it seem like, well, oh, it was so preordained. I mean, what the hell he said? The whole thing about it being random was supposed to be something that actually made it so. But no, now you've gone in there to retcon some nonsense again. And then you get Leslie Tompkins telling Bruce Wayne her name was Tara. It was your parents, your parents weren't very happy at the time. Thomas trying to prove himself with his residency. Martha alone in that damn manor for the first time. I was working at the hospital and saw, well, I never asked. It wasn't any of my business, but I know Thomas and Martha, what happened, something brief, and they worked through it. I'm sorry, Bruce. I know we like to think our parents are infallible, but I mean, like, okay, I am not saying Thomas and Martha Wayne were perfect. I'm sure they must have argued once or twice that it happens. But not everybody needs to be screwing around on their wives or husband or something like that, man. Not everybody needs to do it. And you can't keep changing Batman's history because you got some cockamamie idea in your head that you wanted to introduce some secret brother that he didn't know about because yeah, that shit didn't work before. Come back and do it again. And this is the nonsense you're going with. Why? Why you need to do this? Why you need to come and make all of this happen and go through all of this nonsense? Why you keep needing to do these things? It does not work. You keep messing with the history of Batman to try and retcon some shit of it, and it does not freaking work. All of a sudden, Bruce have some secret brother, and your parents weren't very happy at the time. Thomas was trying to prove himself with his residency. Martha was alone in that damn manor for the first time. Yeah, I can't wait till we hear about the fact that, Martha Wayne was banging the help left, right, and center. Yeah, maybe Alfred knocks you up or something too. You never know. Oh God, man. Why would you like to flicking mess with things that all you have no business messing with, boy? But of course, it only gets dumber and worse. So Bruce Wayne apparently has opened some free hospitals and he's doing some housings and stuff to get something because last time, like I said, he no longer has the manor, so he bought some small mansion, renamed it Pennyworth Manor because God forbid they stop putting Alfred up on some kind of pedestal and let's let the man rest in peace. But no, and he also provided housing for people and all kind of stuff now, right? So of course we must turn that into some kind of political crap that nobody asked for. So while they're there at the hospital, a bunch of crazy people come and start rioting and attacking the hospital and all kind of thing. So Bruce Wayne goes outside there, and they're coming and listen to the absolute nonsense of this. They outside there, we don't want you here. Like one, holy shit, it's Bruce Wayne. What are you? And he's like, what are you all doing? They're helping sick people here. And this lunatic is, they're helping the destruction of Gotham. Free healthcare, free housing. Illegal immigrants are flocking to the city for your handouts, taking jobs from real, honest Gothamites. You're the typical rich heir embarrassed by the money your family worked hard to make. It's all a distraction, isn't it? What are you hiding? Is it the mayor's murder? And then they all do this thing and Red Wayne and who knows with these sickos and all this nonsense. And I have seen some people saying online that, this page proves Batman would never be a Republican. Or this shows that Batman is a Democrat. And I'm like, what does this have to do with anybody being a Republican or a Democrat? Because the man is providing free healthcare and free housing and stuff like that, that means he has to be he has to be some kind of Democrat. So once he's a Republican, he would never do anything like that. I mean, you all ever sort of think that maybe Batman doesn't vote at all? Maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he's like, you know what? I've seen the underbelly of politics and I want no part of it. Maybe that, but everybody keeps trying to turn something into some political nonsense. It does not work. This whole panel makes absolutely no sense. Because if you're out there talking about, free healthcare, free housing, illegal immigrants are flocking to the city for your handouts. If you're trying to tell me the man is providing free healthcare, free housing, stuff like that, why don't you go and get some help then? You rather go and protest like an absolute idiot rather than actually try to get some help for yourself. But no, this is the nonsense that they keep doing. Always some political horse manure that nobody asked for. And then, one of them grabbed this little girl who Leslie Tompkins was just looking after, and he's like, where you from, kid? That accent Russian, and she's, oh, let me go. What did Wayne promise you when he brought you here, and what did you promise to do? And then Bruce Wayne ends up slamming the guy to the ground and all kind of thing. Somebody comes there to try and shoot him. You understand me? And then this Commander Star person shows up, who's some new vigilante who's arrived in Gotham. And apparently he's a lot more brutal in the way that he wants to do things other than rather than Batman. And he shows up, that he tells him that, it's unfortunate when bad actors infiltrate well-meaning protesters to make them look bad. I'm sure you'll agree, Mr. Wayne. Nobody wants violence. They just want their voices heard. And for the truth to see the light, no good man should be scared. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure this guy isn't somehow Bruce's secret brother who just showed up. Of course, that's completely unheard of. Yeah, never thought of that in any way, shape, or form. But just because they need to completely ruin whatever little it is Batman has left, we ain't done yet. So Batman goes to check the scene of the mayor's murder along with Commissioner Gordon. Well, Gordon, because he's not Commissioner Gordon anymore. They're looking around, checking for some clues, realizing that the killer tried to cover their tracks and all kind of thing, use bleach and all of this stuff, which is, and they're looking around and things like that. And then Harvey Bullock calls Batman and tells him that, they managed to crack the wife's phone. That they found out that, there's texts, and that she was having an affair. And who was she having an affair with? Jim Gordon, who decides then to pull a gun on Batman, and he's all, I didn't, I didn't, I was defending myself. I don't know how. And Batman then ends up knocking the gun away from him and punching out Gordon. And then he's there on the ground. I didn't mean to. You've got to believe me, please. Because, of course, now Jim Gordon murdered somebody. You understand me? And he pulled a gun on Batman, taking away from it. So, yeah, Jim Gordon used to be a good cop, used to be doing all kind of thing, but now he's having an affair with the mayor's wife and murdered the mayor and then pulled a gun on Batman. So, yeah, let's destroy Jim Gordon's life too, because God forbid Batman have anything remaining at all. So, let's go through what they've taken away from him. Wayne Manor, gone. Batcave, gone. Money, gone. Gave him some of it back, but they're trying to take it away again. Understand me? Dignity, gone. Bat family turned on him. Still trying to act like, he's the bad guy for that. City, going down the toilet, trying to throw in some political crap. And of course, Jim Gordon is now a mayor murdering sycophant who was banging the mayor's wife and then pulled a gun on Batman. Yes, that's how it goes there now, people. I'm telling you, DC does not like Batman at all, and they are just determined to destroy his life. That's what they want. That's it. Telling you. I just had to say, I think it's time that, that this Chip Zdarsky just move on from this and done, but because it didn't make sense, and hopefully they will find somebody who actually wants to write Batman and actually cares for the character. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like, give it a hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.